Yo, morning guys. Welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is the psychiatric, self-therapeutic, multimedia project to solve the problems, challenges, obstacles in our lives. It was a self-improvement process to reach the heights, goals, and ambitions that we set for ourselves as well as those around us. If you would like a basic introduction, brief summary as to what we do, how we break down the Ahn Rho Project into domains of life, sub-series analogies, as well as the various segments, you can find that and check that all in the previous live streams for the past 3.5 years, straight up to January 2021 and beyond for more updated versions. So with that being said, let's dive into the second segment today. Roughly about 10 to 11 segments across 15 minutes long live stream. It won't be too long, take up your time. So don't worry about that. And let's just dive right into it. We're going to do a system 2.0 or 1.0 override, version 1.0 system override. Meaning we're going to try to condense this into about 2 minutes. So the second segment, table content. So the entire live stream into 10 different segments across 3 different phases. That's a little novel development here. The first phase is introductory bits. So introductory bit has 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 introduction, table of contents, what you're listening to right now. And third is kind of like disclaimers, what to expect on stream and how to conduct the stream with honesty, with integrity, and so on and so forth. After that, we go into the second phase, which is the digital phase of the stream. So what you see is what you get right down here. Second phase is segments 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 5 different segments there. From the first one, directory, all the media assets, to 5 being social media assets as well as external resources and research. After that covers like photography, also storytelling, commentary on abstract things I can't show you visually, like relationships at the workplace, at business, personally, photography, dietetics, nutrition, and so on and so forth, and including tools and equipment. After that, we move into the third phase, which is at segment 9, 10, and 11, which kind of closes off. Segment 9 is very active. We get up in the room, so you see my hand waving. That's region D1 right there, that kind of location. If I just drag everything down here, and then on the left hand side, so we'll get active. That's the most active, engaging part of the stream. We move around, and there's a lot to show. After that is segment 10 and 11, where we close off the stream by first answering all the questions or comments you may have. So any themes or things you want to leave at the comments, go ahead, feel free to do so. And then we close out, take home message, take care of your health and finance, of yourself, so that you can take care of the people that you actually love as well. So that being said, let's move on to the third disclaimers sort of section. First of 3 is that we are going to be real, raw, and genuine on stream. We have to cover this with authenticity, because then cover the good, the bad, and ugly, even if it has personal insecurities or emotional baggage. I'm not going to shy away from non-PC topics, because this is a time record by analogy of my life and eventually of other people's maybe relatable experiences for you. Second thing, of course, it's a high utility stream. It means that it's very purposefully driven. There's a lot of things to cover, and it does mean that while I am a little bit serious, it doesn't mean that you can't lighten up the atmosphere. So feel free to leave jokes and stuff, or just ask some lighthearted questions in the comments. Third and last thing to get through before we get started into the content, the second phase, is that yes, we are treating life as a game itself as well. So by analogy, not just a time record, not just a business project, not just this or some hobby or venture that I'm doing right now, but it's also like a game. So I'm applying game mechanics and game theory over to life itself. So you can see several inspirations from maybe games I used to play. That being said, alright, let's move into the directory. So directory is section 4, the first of 5 segments in the digital aspect, the digital phase 2 of stream. So directory includes say audio recordings we had yesterday when at our workplace. Unfortunately today I don't have anything to show you like that. I'll drag this kind of screenshot up here so you can see a sort of condensed format of everything. That's everything we're going to try to cover on stream at the very below. Some of them we won't be able to get to. We also have something on the right hand side. So overall, I would say that we had maybe 1 or 2 audio recordings yesterday. Some of it was me at the workplace, some of it was just me kind of doing a monologue. General themes capturing how I'm interacting with people so that I can actually improve myself. So personal stuff like that, as well as just trying to mend the relationships between me and some of my colleagues, because I haven't been there for them the way that I would like to have been. Another thing I want to talk about is, of course, on the right hand side we have the live stream, so not just the audio recordings but the live stream on the right hand side, deep chasm, for the deep chasm. And basically, it still feels like I'm still definitely in recovery mode. I know I'm going to be late for work again, 2-3 hours late for work than I would like by my own expectations and standards. I know I still haven't recovered from my fitness and so on and so forth. We'll talk about this later on stream when we do the date, when we get to the data and metrics segment. But this is segment 4 and 5, the directory as well as some storytelling. So I'm talking about relationships, like I said, at the workplace and overall. I also have to mention that in the audio recording, I didn't actually have anything to cover when I got back to residence. So res right here where I am right now, because it seems I got the message through to one of my guardians that I don't appreciate the fact that after having tried to dig her out of all the negative mess that they were in, from divorce, almost like domestic abuse and all this 33 decades of broken, dilapidated stuff, and I tried to heal them, help them recover, help her start a business, help her get a job, help her health back to normal. It's taken so much toll to help her from the positive and negative aspects. She finally gets the message, like, I'm losing a lot out. I need to be there for my family, which are my colleagues at the workplace. They are my family. And every time I give more to her, it's just taken away from the people I really care for. So that's that. And very sad, but past 48 hours, she's got that message. So there was no recording of anything that she said to me. We didn't speak at all. And she just gave me the space that I needed. So, all right. So that's two things, right? That's two sections, segment 4 and 5. After that, right, so number 6, we want to cover some media assets. So I'm going to drag it down, and okay, where can we go? Right here we have we have these media assets right here from School of Life London, as well as Stoic Reflections. Both of these are on Instagram, so pages on Instagram. If you would like to follow, go just seek it out there. I gotta say, this is not my stuff. So copyright, right? Just disclaimer, this is not my stuff, okay? I don't claim ownership over this. So School of Life London, for paranoia about what people think, remember that only some hate, a very few love, and almost all just don't care. Which is, again, don't allow peer pressure, don't care too much about what, like, I'm not saying to not care at all, but don't let it govern your moral compass and the actions that you need to do and the priorities in your life. Also, on the left-hand side, pleasures become punishments when taken beyond a certain point. Again, everything in moderation sort of view. And so, Stoicism and philosophy in general, even the more kinder and generous side, such as School of Life, and the more hard and disciplined side from Stoic Reflections, both of these have been very pivotal points in my life from a very early childhood. I didn't realize I was conducting philosophy on my own, or psychology, cognitive psychology, when I was very early into my age, like 4, 5, 6 years old even. I just had to, because it's a very broken family. So that's that. That's why it's here, and I just hope that this will be useful for you. There's also something else I want to show as a digital media asset. This is section 6, right, like I said. So we have also up here, this from Podbean. There are some things here that I always am interested in, because I am a biomedical grad student. I mean, not graduated from. But we have international lessons, learning from health and law. So this is a podcast. Again, not my stuff. You can just go to Podbean and search this up. Not my stuff, copyright, blah. All right, not mine. Sarah podcast. So I research. I was once there was a time in my life where I was trying to become an optometrist. So I was undergrad testing for optometry, but didn't work out because of a lot of blood-related domestic issues. All right, so that's that. Let's remove all these assets. So we are at segment 7 now. Segment 7 is photography, dietetics, nutrition, as well as segment 8 has to do with the fitness aspect. So the data metrics. Let's go through the data metrics, since I talked about fitness earlier today and how my fitness is still out of whack. So here's my fitness schedule. You can see all these metrics for sleep, outdoors activity, exercise. It's just a very rough way to break down whether or not I have met certain standards and how they compare relatively to the previous day. So I know I'm not eating well, I'm still not shitting well, I'm not going to the washroom like I should be, I'm not sleeping well, I'm not going to work on time. I need to improve and get better. So it's very negative outside right now because that the outcome right now is pretty negative. But some things that I'm doing well obviously are still nutrition. That's fine at least. Moving on, we have some sleep database here. So that here's the spreadsheet for sleeping. Here's inventory. I didn't get any new inventory yesterday, but I did have to add the new recordings. Actually, I didn't do that. I had to do that after the stream. But basically update the audio recordings, the live streams that I put out. So just kind of like a data, think of like inventory at your warehouse, shipping, receiving protocols at your business. That's just kind of that. All right, back on track. Oh, and there's one more thing here. I'm still trying to get out this message for on this spreadsheet. It's like a detailing outline for what I want to send to one of my colleagues. So one of my fellow volunteers back when I was volunteering at a local hospital. And she's retired, a physiotherapist. I won't say her name or anything like that. But the point is, it's probably hard times for her right now. She's elderly and got COVID-19 pandemic outside. So I just wanted to send her some things that may or may not, like heavy stoicism, hardcore, that kind of stuff. And she's a very matured and very strong person in general. So I think she could make use of that. Okay, moving on. I have about 3 minutes left. I don't think I can cover any photography here. Let's see if I can pull this one up here. It seems like, okay, fine. We'll try to cover what we can. We have at the very top some Sharpie markers. So this is just 1 out of like 7 right now we have remaining. All these markers here. Like I said, I bought these, the blue, black ones, as a gift for, as part of making a drop leg rig for one of my colleagues, 2 of my colleagues at the workplace. They really were interested. We also have this on the side here, USB Type-C connection for Android and stuff like that. And one of mine is going down. Here we have the plastic knives. I need plastic knives or forks actually, but whatever. And then we have this RFID blocking wallet. So blocks out people walking nearby within a couple of meters. Feet actually can scan your credit card, stuff like that. But I actually want to use the slips, not for. I don't need the wallet. I just want the RFID blocking cards to protect myself right now from all the 3 devices attached to my body. Because I never go to work. I have all 3. So it's too much radiation. I feel like. So I'm just trying to do my part to protect my health. All right, over the long term, if it's just 1 or 2 days, it's not bad, but I do this continuously, months on end. This is going to have long-lasting effects on my health eventually. So that's that. All right, so that being said, let's get rid of this. And quick happiness thing there is just that tech items are now finally open back on for sale, despite the pandemic. So we're improving now. Vaccinations, thank you. So we have about 1.5 minutes left, and I want to try to get through as much as I can physically. This is section 9, I believe, right? Section 9. This is region D1, 2, and 3. While I turn to the side here, I have to quickly mention there are some things that I forgot to mention yesterday. Big mistake here. 2 things that I focused my time on, and I had task list yesterday. We have these 2 kind of checks here. I'm not going to flip them over, obviously, but I basically had to prepare a quarterly rent check. So maybe a couple $1,000, like $1,500 from a rental for 3 months. So the quarter of this year, and then for the upcoming year, I already paid the current one. And then we have these Usana Health Science supplement bottles are running out. This one's empty already. Core Minerals is about to empty out. Oops. And basically I'm removing some of these here that are out of stock. This is almost done, right? So I'll move to the side here. Okay, and then by the way, I left some food here at the top. So that's region A7 and A8. I had to sort the logistics for this. Turn to the side, here's region D1 and region D3. Most importantly, since I was talking about the Usana Health Sciences, you can see that I still haven't moved everything around here. And that's because I didn't manage to give this back to my guardians. But most importantly, in here, before I can toss these bags away, you can see there are a whole bunch of supplements in here that are my own business products once again. So we have this Poly C. What's this here? You have Core Minerals, like I said. So I had to replenish everything, and I had to take out the plastic wrap, the saran wrap for the ones that I'm putting back in stock. So, for example, Proflavanol C here, that bottle I just showed you has completely run out. So I'll put it back here and take out the plastic wrap, toss it to trash. And then these 2 bottles can go as samples that either go up here in region C1, C2, or I take it away out to the trash. Speaking of trash, okay, right here we have a lot of garbage. Shit, I have 15 seconds left. This is for recycling. This is for trash. This is what I put 2 slices of bread inside this packaging and bring it to work. And that's my dinner for today. And that's all I can cover on stream. So take care of your health yourself. And I'll have to continue this tomorrow once again. Oh, last thing. This is garbage too. See you tomorrow.